What's up, Internet? It's Dumbass Panicos Gaming, and we're doing some more shiny hunting, so let's just go ahead and get right back into Galarian Corsola here. It's been a little bit since the last time I did this hunt. I think it's been like at least 2 weeks. Maybe longer, actually. I think it's been like 3 weeks. Take off the hat? No, trust me. My giant ass forehead isn't something anyone wants to see. How much was my mic? I believe it was 150. It was somewhere in that ballpark. It's the Kingston HyperX Quadcast S, I think. It's whichever one has the RGB lighting. Honestly, I wasn't too concerned about the RGB, but the big thing is that the wire for it, or the plug for it, is USB-C, so I don't have to like worry about that. Unlike the non-RGB one uses micro USB, which is just no. I mean, it's probably fine because this isn't something that I'm plugging, unplugging a whole lot, but that's just. It's just not worth the trouble. That's such a fragile connector. But also the RGB is a nice, nice touch. Alright, that was quick. What color is shiny Galarian Corsola? The body of it is darker, so it's more gray instead of white, and the eyes turn purple. You can see underneath where the, I know it's not very big, but underneath where the music box is, that's the picture of the shiny. You thought that was normal? Yeah, I mean, it's not a very different one. But at least it's more obvious than, like, Gengar, Garchomp, or something like that. But hopefully we can get this tonight, so that way I can, move on to the next one. Actually, I think I'll probably do more Let's Go Eevee when I stream on Sunday. But the sooner we can get this, the better. Seeing as how I now have to catch up because I've not been doing as much shiny hunting, so I'm kind of behind on my goal now. Should name it Old Milk when you get it. It's not a bad name. I might actually save that for when I do Corsola, the evolution. For right now, I'm gonna keep this as unevolved because I'm trying to get all of the Galarian forms before, or get all the Galarian forms to shiny before the new games come out. I'm not quite sure that we're gonna hit that goal, but I'm gonna try. Where is it? There it is. I don't know how How many I'm gonna... Oh, wow, she already has another... That was quick. But yeah, I'm not sure how many I'm gonna do tonight. I'm probably gonna go for about 3-ish hours. Do I have Shiny Charm? Yeah, I have Shiny Charm and I have a Japanese Ditto. So I have the best possible shiny odds of 1 in 512. Let me actually check something as well, because it wouldn't be the first time I've done this. Okay, with the last hunt, I don't remember which one it was. Oh, it was Weezing. I had both of my parent Pokemon were Japanese, which means it wasn't Masuda method, so I got extremely lucky with that hunt. One second, let me send him a message real quick. Alright, how many am I at? 3? 3. Alright. Well, let's make up for the really quick one right after the first one. Now we're not going to see another for like an hour. How comfy is my chair? It's okay. It was pretty much like one of the cheaper gaming chairs that I could pick up. Actually, I didn't really want a gaming chair. I was just looking for like any sort of chair with a high back. But this was pretty much like the cheapest option. But it's alright. It gets the job done. And it's not like sitting on like a hardwood chair or something. I might, though, get a another pad for the seat or something. Because it definitely does kind of feel like I've already kind of like I've already hit the bottom of it. Let's go ahead and try and rephrase that so my stupid ass tongue can actually say it. How about a pill? Yeah, I mean, that would work fine. It just... I think that would probably be a little bit overkill, to be honest. Because I'm sure I can pick up just like a seat cushion for fairly cheap. It's not really something too urgent yet either. That's why I haven't bothered with it. But I think it will be a thing that eventually comes up, that it's gonna just be completely flattened on the bottom. I certainly spent enough time in this chair to make that an issue. Oop. There we go. Ow. I hit like the completely wrong button. Okay. Oh, I did So the last shiny hunt that I did last weekend was for the event for Snom. Or Snom was the shiny Pokemon in the wild area event anyways. There were a couple other Pokemon in it that didn't have like special shiny odds. Yeah, so I got that Snom on stream. And then I actually got a second one last night, so I now have the Snom and Frostmoth. Hosted the stream. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. So I have a feeling we're probably going to get an event for Halloween. That would be my guess. And we might get an event for when the new games come out. I don't know that we're going to get another wild area event besides those. And even those are kind of questionable. I think Halloween's pretty likely. I don't know about when the new games come out. They might want to just, like, completely discourage people from playing the old games. Which I get. But hopefully they do. If only so I can get a couple more easy shinies. hopefully if we do get another Halloween event, I would actually be okay with it being a rerun of the, I think it was 2020 when they did Gourgeist was like the shiny Pokemon, and I didn't get it because I actually have a Pumpkaboo, the unevolved form of it anyways. I have one of those shiny that I just like got by accident during breeding. I wasn't even trying to get a shiny. And last time the event came up, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter because I already have the unevolved form, so I can just evolve that if I ever want to. Not thinking about the fact that, oh right, that's a trade evolution. Plus, that was before I was going to do a living dex, or a shiny living dex anyways, so. But if they could do that, or Trevenant, I'd be so happy if they did shiny Trevenant for the event. Because, one, trade evolution, so it makes my life easier. I don't have to deal with trading with people for it. And two, shiny Trevenant looks sick. Gourgeist is okay. It just turns purple. But, like, Trevenant is, like, the wood all turns white, and then, like, all the details turn red. And just, it's not even, like, pure white. It's, like, an off-white. It's a very cool, cool-looking shiny. I forget what they did for Halloween last year. I don't think it was Chandelure. It might have been. I don't think so, though. Because I think Chandelure was before I started streaming last year. Yeah, because I think Chandelure was in, like, September last year. Was there a Halloween event last year? Actually, there might not have been, even. I don't know. And I really hope they keep on doing these events with Scarlet and Violet, with the raids and those. Because this is such, like, a neat thing. Just, like, once a month there's boosted odds for a random Pokemon. Well, not, you know, completely random, but you know what I mean. They should add an item for the trade evolutions. So they did in Legends Arceus. In Legends Arceus, you have the link cable, which will evolve the trade evolutions. But it's not confirmed yet if that's going to be coming into Scarlet and Violet. I would really hope so, but we don't know for sure yet. And also, even if it does, we don't know if Gourgeist or Trevenant will be in the new games. I don't think we've seen either of them yet, anyways. But yeah, hopefully they bring back the link cable, because God, that was such a nice addition to Legends Arceus. It's part of why I kind of want to breed for a couple shiny Porygon, so that way I can actually transfer those into Legends Arceus and just evolve them the easy way. Because that was the other nice thing. The trade evolutions that require a specific item, you just use the item on it. We need a Narwhal Pokemon? Yeah, that's interesting. There hasn't been anything like that yet. Although it is weird, there's been like a lot of like kind of cool animals that they haven't made into Pokemon yet. Like, there hasn't been, like, a flamingo yet. And stuff like that. It's just like, seems like there's a lot of really easy, cool ideas that have been left on the table, but... Who knows? We'll see. I'm sure we'll get all that kind of stuff eventually. It'll just be, like, a couple generations down the line. I feel like the narwhal would be a very good idea for like a regional form for Seal and Dugong from Gen 1. Because I don't know the last time that anyone's ever used either of those Pokemon. Also, I wonder if we're going to see any more information about the new games. Now that we've had a couple of pretty decent trailers. I mean, they haven't been like super deep dives. I think like, because there was the reveal, there's like the big trailer, and then there was one recently for competitive stuff that they showed off during VGC. Or the Pokemon Championships, anyways. So I wonder if we'll get another, like, big trailer or not. Or if that's just gonna be it until the games come out. Supposedly there's, like, a whole mechanic that has been leaked, but they haven't talked about yet. Because there's, like, supposed to be a whole thing with, like, past and future Pokemon, or like different versions of Pokemon, kind of like regional forms, but they're like past and future versions of them. Granted, those are leaks, so who knows how accurate they are. Because, for instance, I think part of that, there was a thing that Gallade was supposed to have a past and a future form. But then they showed off the, like... was it the most recent trailer? Yeah, it was the most recent trailer that showed off two Pokemon that look very similar to Gallade, but aren't Gallade. And they kind of also correspond to past and future, so... It could have just been that they got confused with that. Maybe that's how just all of that is, but I don't know. We'll see. I also kind of don't want to get too spoiled before the games come out, but, like, I'm actually excited for these games. I do want to see how breeding is going to be. Because as part of those leaks, supposedly the breeding is going to be kind of different. Like, at first it said that there wasn't going to be... Well, at first they said there was no daycare center, so there wasn't really breeding. And I was like, what are you doing here, Game Freak? But then it was confirmed later, it's like, no, they've just changed how you do the breeding. So apparently it's like, you just do it in the open world. It's just like part of the camping system now. Hey, what's up, Neptune? Welcome back. But yeah, it'll be neat to see how that works. So, wonder what kind of changes they'll make to that, too. Now, if they're, like, gonna shake it up a little bit, if they're gonna, you know, just change any of the mechanics with it. Regional form, Cubchoo, and Beartic, where it's a black bear instead of ice, it's honey. That'd be interesting. I guess, yeah, we haven't really gotten to, like, Blackberry yet. We have Ursula. Or... Ursula. What am I fucking saying? Ursaluna. Or not Ursaluna, but Ursa Ring. And now Ursaluna, I guess, with Legends Arceus. But that's, you know, a brown bear. Been a minute. School started back up. You've been busy. No worries, man. I've not been streaming a whole lot for the last month or so, so... There really haven't been streams to watch. But I'm getting back into it now, so... Alright. And I think I will have to do some of the Galarian form breeding off stream. Just to try and like catch up. I'm not actually in too bad a shape. I think there's 8 more Galarian Pokemon that I need, and there's like 8 weeks before the new game comes out, but probably be best to get a couple of those out of the way just so I'm not like making a mad dash for it at the end. Have I been? I've been okay. There was a reason why I wasn't streaming. I just wasn't doing the greatest, but I'm doing all right now. Been just doing a little bit of shiny hunting the last few days. I got my, I got the Snom from the, well, I got 2 Snom from the current Wild Area event. So I turned one of those into Frostmoth. About a regional form of Shaman, it would be like a Hedgehog. Well, I mean, Shaman's literally already a Hedgehog. And also, I don't know if they'll do regional forms for Mythics. Granted, we did get, you know, regional forms of Legendaries, but, like, Mythics are kind of their own thing. Glad you're doing better now, though. Yeah. Yeah, definitely glad to get back into doing streaming and stuff. Unfortunately, my work schedule now is kind of, not going to be really able to stream weekends as much. Pretty much only Sundays now. But I'm going to try and do as much as I can. It's pretty much Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday now. And then maybe Thursdays if I can get out of work early enough. But that's... There's a big old question mark on that, and it's not really likely. Regional Greninja where it's just in the new gen, yeah. I don't know, we've seen a lot of Gen 6 Pokemon. It could happen. I wouldn't bet on it, though, at launch anyways. But it could end up being a thing like the Gen 3 and the Gen 7 starters, where they just add them to the game through an update. Or like a lot of the legendaries before even Crown Tundra came out. You think you heard Delphox was confirmed, so you have your hopes up? Hopefully that's a good sign then, yeah. And granted, Sword and Shield had just Charizard, and it didn't have Bulbasaur and Blastoise at, Venusaur and Blastoise at, launch. But those were added not terribly long after. I think they were technically added to the game files before, Isle of Armor came out, but I don't think there's any way to get them? No, I think the Pokemon Home update came out before Isle of Armor, so you could add them to the game then. Let you dream. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we still don't know if we're gonna have a, if it's gonna be limited to the regional decks of Paldea, or if we're gonna have, like, a full national decks again. I don't think we're going to have a full national dex again. I'm pretty sure that ship has already sailed, but could happen. But yeah, it does definitely seem like they're trying to get at least a lot of the Pokemon that haven't been in any of the Switch titles yet into this new game. Because, I mean, we've already seen, you know, Sawsbuck and Deerling, Go-Goat, Vivillon we saw, Flabebe, or the, you know, the flower thing, Homala, which is just like a weird thing. Ostrich regional form of Doduo and Dodrio. I mean, that's literally just Doduo and Dodrio, but with one head. Now, if they made those into, like, cassowaries or something, that would be pretty dope. A three-headed cassowary would be the scariest goddamn thing on the planet. Go-Go makes you so happy to see back. Yeah, I mean, it's... Until this new game comes out, it's probably one of the most rare, like, non-legendary or shiny, or non-legendary or mythic Pokemon in a very long time. Like, it's not quite as bad as, like, Feebas was in Gen 3, or, Munchlax in Gen 4, but it was only on one route in Gen 6, and only, I think it was a rare spawn there as well, so it was extremely easy to not actually ever find it. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to see stuff like that coming back. I suspect there's probably going to be some stuff from Gen 6 and 7 that we just don't see yet, but oh well. And again, there's always DLC to look forward to as well. I'm so glad that Nintendo embraced, or Game Freak, I guess, more specifically, embraced the idea of DLC. Because, like, granted, I kind of don't like buying DLC for the same game 2 times for 2 games that are, you know, identical, but it's still, I feel like it's still better than, you know, buying like a whole ass game that's only marginally different like they used to do. Helps if I clean out my boxes. Hope they let you choose custom mounts, not just the legendaries. I wouldn't bet on it. Just because it very much seems to be like that's the thing that you, like, those are your mounts. Maybe they will. It'd be nice if you could, but not really hopeful. Especially because it seems like they're supposed to be covering, like, all of the roles of the different mounts in Legends Arceus. What game am I getting? I'm getting Scarlet. Because I like the Scarlet Professor more, and I think most people are getting Violet. So that means it's going to be easier for me to trade for the Pokemon that I need from Violet than it will be if I got Violet and need to trade for Scarlet. I'll still have to figure out what I'm doing about the Legendary, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Worst case scenario, I can just play through the game a second time, grab a second Legendary, and then trade it off. That'll probably be one of the easier trades to do, actually. Although, I don't know, because I don't know how many people are going to want to give up their Koraidon. Or their Miraidon for a Koraidon. Because I think, I don't know, it's like every exclusive that they show for Violet just, like, is a cooler Pokemon. The Legendary's cooler, the, like, not Gallade Pokemon that they just showed off is cooler. You're getting Violet so we can trade the regionals. That'll work. I was just gonna... Well, worst case scenario, I was just gonna use Pokemon Home. You're in between these Cerulege, yeah. Yeah, Cerulege looks pretty dope. Actually, you know what I could do if I wanted to be really stupid? Is I could go buy a physical double pack of the games, and then just, like, mash through Scarlet really quick for the stream. You know, get all, like, the exclusives I need from it, and then go and trade it in. And then just play through Violet. I'm not gonna do that, because I'd still... Best case scenario, I still lose, like, $30 on that, but... Wonder what the pseudo will be. Yeah, who knows? I think, Gen 8 technically had 2 pseudos, right? Because I think, Dragapult and, Duraludon were both pseudos. You don't know what to talk about? No worries, man. That's me 90% of the time when I'm streaming. If I'm not saying anything, it's because I'm just completely out of things to talk about. Oh yeah, I need to remember to go to, after the 18th, go to GameStop to go pick up my shiny Eternatus. Because there's an event in, it's actually in a bunch of different, like, countries, but in the US, from the 18th to, like, the end of the month, I think, if you go to GameStop, you can get a code for a shiny Eternatus, which is nice. Was Duraludon a pseudo? I don't know. I kind of thought it was, just because it's a dragon type and it's fairly late game, but I don't know for sure. I know Dragapult is considered one. I don't know about Duraludon. I'm pretty sure we've gotten multiple pseudos in the same gen before. Like, weren't Metagross and Salamence in the same generation? And both pseudos? Duraludon has base stats of 535. Ah, okay. Actually, is Salamence even a pseudo-legendary? I barely know what the, like, pseudo-legendaries are. Just the one for Gen 8? Okay. I'm sure we'll see, we'll see plenty of those being thrown around in mystery trades again. About a killer whale orca Pokemon. Yeah, that would be really cool. I'm surprised that's another one. We haven't really gotten, like, a dolphin Pokemon. I guess kind of Lantern, but, like, eh... Yeah, we could see something like a regional form for Wailord. That's a, like an Orca or something. Isn't that just Kyogre? Yeah, I mean, but Kyogre's stylized enough that, like, you can get away with having another, like, Orca-type Pokemon. Be interesting if Cerulege is pseudo. Maybe. Have we had version exclusive pseudos before? But yeah, there's so many, like, ocean or, like, bird animals, too, where it's just, like, there's so many that they could use for Pokemon, and it's just like, why haven't you guys done this yet? Like a cassowary or a flamingo, or, you know... I don't know, have we even had, like, just a hummingbird Pokemon? I think pseudos are all 3 evolution lines and Ceruledge is just 1. Okay, that would make sense. I wonder if Ceruledge and the other one, the Scarlet exclusive, I wonder if they're gonna have like the same they're gonna evolve from the same Pokemon. Because I don't know if they've, like, said that it's just a single stage. They just obviously haven't shown off the smaller one. Greninja Regional, where it's water poison and based on a poison frog. Yeah, like, there's so much they could do. And then they keep on making stuff based off of man-made objects. In your opinion, each gen going up from the other looks more fake than the last? I guess. I'm kind of not sure how you mean by that. I will say I am liking how Scarlet and Violet looks so far. Obviously, you know, without the game actually being out, it's hard to say. Wouldn't beat Game Freak Nintendo. Well, to be fair, low quality is kind of Game Freak's thing, so... But yeah, the recent Pokemon games have kind of been like a, I feel like an odd spot for Nintendo, because like they definitely haven't been living up to the standard of their other first-party titles. Graphics are really weird in the new gen. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when they first showed off the like first reveal for Scarlet and Violet, I really didn't like the characters. Like the main characters at least looked like really not right. But with the character customization stuff, most of them I think are actually going to be fine. I think it's just like, for whatever reason, that like default setup just looks really weird. Okay, I'm going to take these out of the party before they start hatching. Feel like it looks like it has really good art while looking like PLA at the same time. Yeah, I mean, so far it looks good. I do like they've, like, kind of added texture to the, to a lot of the Pokemon. Like, Seviper, in one of the clips, you could, like, tell it has, like, very, like, you can see the scales on it, and, like, Sudowoodo, and the most recent thing, you can tell it's not, like, a smooth texture to it, like, it's got some bumps and stuff. Why don't I want them to hatch? Just for my own organization. When they start hatching too early, it starts messing with things, and also, when an egg hatches, the other eggs in your party have a chance of having their status get boosted, so they actually hatch even faster. So like, say if this first egg had hatched before I had these last two, these two wouldn't have gotten the boost, while these two potentially would have. So it just makes it, I don't know if it ends up actually taking any longer, but it kind of just messes with the flow of it. And again, I like doing that just because it keeps it more organized. So that way I can just move over sets of 5. Like, if you want to do it the fastest way, you just sit in front of the daycare and just spin in circles, and as they hatch, you just swap them out of the party every time and pick up a new one. But my OCD doesn't play nice with that. Actually, it plays with it fine if I'm not trying to keep track of the count. As soon as I start counting, it starts going haywire. Really hope they bring back open world shinies, or overworld shinies. I want to say there was something in the leaks that said that was happening, but even for the leaks, they were like, the way it was said, it was not confident at all. It was like, so, I don't know, we'll see. I really hope so too. It'd be really nice. Especially if they do it like Legends Arceus, where if you save, all the Pokemon in the region are saved as well, so that way you can close the game and reload it, and then you can try and catch it again. That was like such a nice thing in Legends Arceus. Because I feel like once you get it to spawn, you should just be able to keep trying to get it, you know? It shouldn't be a thing where it's like, oh, you fucked up, get fucked. But something that does kind of give me hope thinking about it now is you're going to be able to like just throw out your Pokemon into the wild. Or like in Legends Arceus, where it's like, you know, you can just throw out your Pokeball and your Pokemon comes out. And it'd be really, really weird if they did that in the new games, but like those Pokemon weren't shiny. And then it would also be really weird if, like, those ones were shiny and nothing else in the overworld could be either. Or those ones could be shiny, but stuff in the overworld couldn't be, despite that. So hopefully that's the case. Unfortunately, I think the recent thing about, I guess it wasn't the small trailer for competitive. There was another big trailer recently, wasn't there? Because it like showed off like the 3 different kind of sub-stories to the game. How did they decide the moves for auto battles? I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. Because if it's like Legends Arceus AI, it'll probably be okay. If it's Sword and Shield Raid AI, you're probably going to have to, like, set up specific Pokemon for doing auto battles, just so that way you can set them up in a way that, like, they can't possibly fuck you over. But yeah, unfortunately, that new thing, not the auto battles, but where you can, like, throw out your Pokemon, kind of like Legends Arceus, except instead of, like, you have to hit the tree with the Pokemon, it just, like, goes out and seeks for stuff itself. That feature is referred to as Let's Go, which means I don't think we're going to get a Let's Go Johto game, which is kind of sad. As much as the motion controls can be jank sometimes with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I did have a lot of fun with those games. Or that game, Let's Go Eevee. I never played Pikachu. I don't really have a plan to. But yeah, the auto battles thing is going to be interesting. That whole, like, mechanic about, like, going into the like, evil team bases and stuff. and like fighting the bosses and stuff, which it seems pretty likely that that car at the end of it is, at least part of it is a Pokemon. Because if you look, especially in the art for it, you can see that it has a tongue and an eye. So it's definitely like a Pokemon in some way. We just don't know if it's the entire like car, or if it's just like part of the motor, or, you know. We don't know exactly what's going on with it, but it seems pretty likely that's going to be some sort of Pokemon. But yeah, stuff like that I'm super interested for. I think I heard somewhere that it has the move system from PLA. I feel like I've heard that too. I think that was in the leaks somewhere. I don't think that's been confirmed yet. But that's like another thing, like the link cable, or being able to choose when you evolve instead of like it just trying to automatically happen every time you level up. Those are all like such good quality of life updates. Rotom car confirmed. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a Rotom. If only because of the giant tongue sticking out of the thing. There's like a tongue sticking out of the top where like the intake would be on an old school car. I guess it could be some sort of like regional variant of Rotom, where instead of like living in like things with electrical motors and whatnot, or just like electronics, I guess, as it's become in the later games, it could be something that just like, you know, a ghost that lives inside like motors. That could be interesting. Or like, you know, combustion engines. That actually would be a pretty cool idea. Regional Carcoal. Probably not on that one. I suspect it's not a regional form. That seems like such a unique Pokemon that like it would be kind of a shame to have that be a regional form. But we'll see. Game comes out in 2 months, so who knows? I can't wait to play that, though. Being that that will be a 18th, I assume, is a Thursday, right? Or a Friday. So it'll probably come out Thursday night, which usually would be a, you know, a questionable stream night, but I think 100% for sure I'll play that night and probably just stream it for as long as I can. You just find the idea funny? Yeah, I mean, I could see it being a thing where it's kind of like Obstagoon or something, where, you know, it's a regional Roly-Coly and regional Carcoal, but then it evolves into like its own unique form, or its own like unique species. I can see that being a thing. But I think that Pokemon's going to be a little bit too special for them to do it like that. Although, I don't know, because again, we have stuff like, you know, the Galarian Kanto legendary birds. Again, Obstagoon, which I feel like was a pretty big mascot for this game, so maybe not. In fact, something I might do... Did I not remove that card? Oh, maybe not from this one. I did go through and update some of my stuff. I thought I had removed that that little pop-up box because since it's not really accurate, since I'm not doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday anymore. Perhaps it's the mythic for the region. It'd be really weird for them to show off the mythic but not let you be able to catch it until an event or something. That'd be a little weird. It definitely could be a legendary, but I don't think it'll be a mythic, just because usually we don't see the mythics until they actually get, like, you know, revealed. Do you ever see Arceus in Gen 4? That's the only one that I can think of that would be the exception. Like, before, doing any of the stuff for it. For, like, you know... to actually, yeah, I don't think you ever actually see Arceus. It's just, like, kind of implied to be there. We already have past and present, so if that's the mythic legendary that represents modern day. Yeah, it makes sense if it's like, you know, a legendary to kind of represent modern day. Although I think they probably would have gone with not like a weird like low rider hot rod parade float thing for like present, but I could see it being that. I don't think it's gonna be an actual, like, mythic, because mythics are pretty much always, at least with their initial reveal, they're pretty much always event-exclusive Pokemon. There's some exceptions, you know, later after release, like you have Keldeo, which you can just straight up catch in Sword and Shield. And also, I mean, there's Pokemon Go, but that's a whole other discussion there. I think I'm just riding around. Yep. You're just speculating. Yeah, I mean, I could be completely wrong on that. Maybe this will be the gen where they stop doing event-exclusive Pokemon. That would be real nice. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like how they're, you know, in 4 days we're finally gonna have Shiny Eternatus available, and you have to go to a GameStop to get it. I'm kind of really hoping sometime in the next 4 days it ends up like Shiny Zacian and Zamazenta did, where in England, or yeah, in England, I think a lot of European stores did this last year, where instead of having to physically go in, you just gave them your email, but like there was no way for them to check if you were you know, actually from England or whatever. So that's how I got my Shiny Zacian and Zamazenta. Instead of bothering to go into GameStop for them, I just put in my email on, I think it's game.co.uk. But so far, that Europe isn't going to have access to that event yet. It's so weird they're doing like 2 separate events for Mythic Pokemon going on at the same time, but they're in different regions. Because Europe has the thing for Volcanion, Genesect, and Marshadow, which fortunately I was able to get a friend to actually go get those codes for me. Because it was the same thing as Eternatus is going to be. You had to, you know, go into the store to get them. Oh, I need to go get another Pokemon. Fuck. These might start hatching before I get back. That was a mistake. I thought I had 5. This is a pre-order, not a free sign-up thing. What do you mean? Pretty sure you don't have to... If you're talking about the Eternatus thing, I don't think you have to do any sort of pre-order shit. You just have to go in. You might have to show them that you have a copy of Sword and Shield, but that's fine, because you just bring in your Switch. But I don't know if you'll have to do that. Like, my friend that got me the codes for the event in Europe, she just went in and just got them. They didn't, like, didn't have to show him the game or anything. They just printed out the codes for it. It's like, okay, here you go. Thought you only got to turn this for pre-ordering. I'm almost 99.9% sure not. I'm pretty sure it's just you go in and be like, hey, do you guys have codes for the, for Eternatus and Pokemon? And they just, like, hand you a sheet with the code on it. I didn't see anything about that on Cerebi that said that you have to pre-order. And I don't know if they've ever really done that. I guess Victini, they did kind of do that. But the thing is, like, especially lately, they've been really good about, like, reorder bonuses are, like, if you buy the game within the first 3 months, then you still get it. Some, you know, I think there's sometimes stuff for, like, buying from specific stores, but, like, that's never anything major when they do that. You Google and you think I guess you're thinking wrong, yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know for sure. I have not seen anything at all saying that. Come on. I still have one more, don't I? Yeah. I guess this is the one that wasn't in the party until the first one had hatched. But yeah, I really, really hope it's not tied to anything pre-order-wise. Because that would be really cringe. And honestly, I would probably just not do it. I'm not gonna, like, I get that I can go in and pre-order it, and get the code, and then, like, the next day come back in and be like, hey, I'm gonna cancel that pre-order now. I know there's a pre-order for buying both, and it's getting memed on for how ass it is. Yeah, it's like 200 Pokeballs or something. It's, yeah. That, it's not a good pre-order bonus. Is it that bad? Is that... I thought I saw it was, like, for a bunch of Pokeballs. Maybe I'm getting confused, because I think that's what, Sword and Shield was. Why am I fucking writing out here already? What am I doing? But yeah, usually those pre-order bonuses are like, it's either an outfit or it's like a bunch of items, and it's like not that useful. Though, I will say, honestly, starting the game with 10 potions, starting the game with 5 revives is actually not a bad deal. Because, like, that, you know, at the very least, right when you start the game is, like, the most important time to have items like that. But yeah, I feel like the double pack pre-order bonus is usually pretty... I'm not going to say good, because, again, it's usually just, like, Pokeballs or something, but it's usually, you know... at least a substantial amount of them. Like, I want to say Sword and Shield was like 200 balls. In fact, am I even... I'm probably completely misremembering this, but I almost want to say it was like 200 quick balls. But yeah, either way, launch day is going to be fun. Definitely looking forward to that. You get 10 potions, 10 antidotes, and 3 revives for any pre-ordering. Yeah, that makes sense. Sadly, that's probably still better than their usual pre-order bonuses, because usually it's like a couple of costume items or something, and it's just like, cool, I'm never gonna use these because they usually don't look very good, and like you know, you go into a raid wearing some of that stuff, and it's like, wow, really? You're so cool. You pre-ordered the game. Wow. It's just like, I don't know. Antidotes is weird because I don't know how often you get poisoned early game. I feel like poison's one of the first ones you encounter usually. Just because usually it's like you're going up against, you know, like some of the early game Pokemon. Maybe I'm thinking of stuff like, you know, Weedle and stuff like that. I feel like there's usually something that will poison you early game. But, I mean, honestly, considering that nowadays you don't even, like, take damage in the overworld while you're poisoned, I don't think it's really a big deal anymore. Especially with how early you get, like, fly and stuff like that. Don't really remember getting poisoned often. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't get poisoned often in general. Like, I feel like 10 antidotes might actually, like, unless you start doing a lot of grinding or something, that'll probably cover you for most of the game. Maybe antidotes will finally be universal. Like healing your whole party? Yeah, I highly doubt that too. I could see them introducing items, though, that do have effects on the whole party, though. That would be really nice. Like, maybe 2/3 of the way through the game, you start being able to buy, like, mega antidotes or something like that. Very nice. You love seeing eggs pop up back to back. No, like removing any status effect. I mean, we already have full heals and... yeah, full heal is the one that removes all the status effects. Yeah, I mean, that's just a full heal. But yeah, I would like to really see, especially being the, like, items are completely... or consumable items like that are completely irrelevant to... Sorry. They're completely irrelevant to competitive anyways. So I would love to see stuff that just like, yeah, it heals the whole party. Like, even maybe make it so you can't buy them, but like, you can get them through pickup or something with high-level Pokemon, or maybe buy them with battle points or something. Because, granted, I guess the game's already easy enough. You probably don't need to be able to heal your whole party in one turn, but... who knows? We'll see. You're gonna head to sleep? Alright, Neptune. I'll see you later, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good night. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Like trying to fix my hat and scratch my head a little bit, but I'm half-assing my way through it. And so it just ends up like getting super bunched up on the headphones and stuff. Alright. Oh, that was the first one. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the, like, version differences are actually going to be Like, obviously, you know, version exclusive Pokemon, we know the professor's going to be different. It seems like the colors of the school might be different. But like, other than you know, cosmetic stuff, is there going to be any actual difference? Is like the story going to change at all? Because so far they haven't really shown off anything like that, which is, I don't know, I guess like you probably don't want that stuff to get spoiled, but also like you can kind of just say like, hey, this game has a bunch of stuff to do with the past, this game has a bunch of stuff to do with the future, and so that changes how some of the storylines play out. I feel like that would be enough. Just like say what it is without like giving details of how it's going to happen. Because it would be a real shame if like the version difference is basically just cosmetic. That'd be like something that probably wouldn't get me to buy another copy of the game. Or, you know, buy the other version. But it would at least like, let me, or make me think about it. Or like go and pick up a copy for like, you know, slightly less than new prices from like GameStop or something. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, hang on, come on. It's my own fault for messing up again. Come on, move it. Come on, there we go. I hate how sometimes, I think it's just the delay, because I play through OBS. Instead of like having the game on one screen and then OBS on the other or something. Oh, speaking of, so far, and maybe I'm jinxing this, but so far my laptop's cooperating tonight. But I was gonna say, I should look into see if there's a way for me to just turn this laptop into another display. I feel like there's gotta be a way to do that. Like, I don't really want to try and, like, stream it. Because, like, I know I could do that. I could, like, effectively stream a second, like, virtual display to it. But, like, I feel like that's going to take up a lot of the system resources on my main computer. I feel like, you know, that's probably going to have some overhead on the laptop, and the whole problem with the laptop is that it doesn't have any room for any sort of, you know, anything happening, system resources-wise. But it is behaving so far. I think the big thing was, I think Windows Update was just breaking it. Because it was like trying to do stuff, but like there is, you know, this computer just cannot run multiple things at the same time. Like I could go take my, I have a old ass 4x3 monitor. Oh, that's actually, it already has like a monitor stand and everything mounted to it. I could go take that out of storage, but like, it's a 4x3 monitor. I don't want to deal with that, man. And it doesn't look very good. I think the resolution is okay. It's like 1280 by 1024. So it's like 720p, but it's 4x3, so it has a bunch of extra resolution vertically. Which is actually fine for like a secondary monitor, I think, but like the color on it is just not great. And being how old it is, honestly, I have no idea if it would even still work. Also, it's only VGA, so like that's a pain in the ass. I have to convert it, and yeah. That was 4, right? I looked at it and, like, didn't actually, like, register the information on the screen in any way. Wow, come on, Corsola. I think my next hunt after this is for Galarian Zigzagoon, so that's gonna be fun. I assume that's gonna have a pretty quick hatch rate. I wonder if it's even got like a 3,000 step hatch rate. So I think pretty much everything I've done has been a 5,000 step, but occasionally there's a 3,000 step one. Like I think Mana, I think, the like Gen 5 like fetus looking thing. That was I think that's 3,000 steps, because I was gonna do that for when I like try and get at least one shiny in every box of my living decks, because there's 2 boxes that I'm missing shinies for, or that, you know, just don't have a shiny at all yet. I think they were both in Gen 5. It was either both in Gen 5 or one in Gen 5 and one in Gen 6. But I was going to do Mana because it has like the quickest catch rate, or the quickest hatch rate. But I think it's probably mostly going to be like bug type Pokemon and stuff like that. Alright, last one of the set. But yeah, I think with how fast this one has gone so far, we'll definitely hit 400. We probably won't hit 500 tonight in terms of eggs. Fuck. I'm always tempted to hit no there, but the thing is, if you hit no, the egg just disappears, which is really annoying. I wish you could just say, hey, I don't want to take this yet. Please don't. Oh, right. Okay, well. I forgot that I did that. I moved them out of the party so they wouldn't hatch prematurely, and then forgot to grab them so they haven't hatched at all. Okay, well, I guess we just need one more egg. So that's good. I love how I do that to, like, help my organization, but then I forget to, like, take him back out, so he just fucks with my organization. And now I have to put him back in because it's not spawning another egg. Okay, try this again. Now. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's still not as bad as Stomp. God, that hunt was... I definitely like, if there's more wild area events, especially being there's only going to be a couple more at most, I think. I definitely want to still do those on stream, but I think I'll get one Pokemon for those and then not worry about it. Now, like, I'll have, you know, if it's an unevolved form, then I'll get enough to get the whole evolution line, but I'll do the rest of them off stream and just get the one on. Because it's just... I mean, it does depend on the event, too. But that was just... I hate doing a stream where I'm just playing with the menu the whole time. I guess I probably shouldn't get back into bitching about that on a whole other stream already, but... Especially with how much complaining went on with that stream. That entire stream, man. but I think that should be live on YouTube now. As of me recording this, definitely by the time this goes on YouTube, obviously. And then I think the highlight should be ready to go for tomorrow. I'll have to check after the stream. And then this will go up on Friday. Hopefully if we get a highlight, the highlight will go up on Saturday. Or, you know, if we get the shiny tonight, the highlight will go up on Saturday. We'll see. Depending on if I can, if I get off of work early enough tomorrow, then I'll... And for some reason I don't have this yet. I say that like it's super likely that I'll get it. To be fair, we're coming up close to 50% here. So I'm getting about to the point where it's more likely that I would have gotten it by now than I wouldn't have, but... Not in this set. Oh well. But yeah, if I for some reason don't get this tonight, I don't know why I keep saying it that way. I will and I, you know, have time tomorrow. Wow, that is literally one stat point short of being perfect. That one is perfect, okay. Though I don't know if you want I assume you want like no good attack, no good speed. I think that was my plan with this, because I've been seeing a lot of no goods for those two. But yeah, I think I am going to be primarily still working on Let's Go Eevee. So for the time being, it's just going to be like one shiny hunt stream a week, and we'll do Let's Go Eevee on like Tuesdays and Sundays, so this will be Wednesdays for right now. But then once I'm done with that playthrough, I'm just gonna... It's just gonna be pure shiny hunting on the stream. In fact, I think before we do the shiny hunt and Let's Go Eevee with the Master Ball, I think we'll try and wrap up the Galarian forms. Because Let's Go, that should just be a one-off stream. There's not a whole lot of reason why I shouldn't be able to get the shinies that I want. I do have my team planned for that now. I was right to choose Marowak, I think, for the final member of the party. Well, kind of right. I think Rhyhorn would actually be better. Or Rhyhorn? Rhydon? Whichever one it is, the evolved version. Because I think that just is better than Marowak in every way, but I'm also not too worried about it. But yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, I have counters to pretty much everything in the Elite Four on my team. Like, Raichu's gonna be awesome for the poison types, you know, because it's part psychic. You know, Marowak will be great. Marowak will be great for the poison types too, but also it has, it can learn Ice Beam. So when Dragonite comes out, I can just Ice Beam the fucker and be done with it. So glad that Dragonite is a 4 times a week to Ice. But yeah, I mean, I have pretty much everything with Marowak, so... Granted, I think Marowak's primarily a physical attacker, and Ice Beam is a special attack, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest, just because it's Let's Go Eevee. I did look, I'm like already pretty close to being in the same level as the Elite Four. I'm in like the low to mid 40s with Eevee, and Elite Four is like low 50s to like high 50s by the end of it. I think your rival is like at most he's like level 61. I can actually look it up right now. I don't know why I'm guessing about that. Let me see. Let's go. Elite 4. Oh, not even. His highest level Pokemon is level 57. So yeah, the lowest level is 51, the highest level is 57 throughout the entire Elite Four. And I think my Pikachu, or my Eevee is at like 45 or something right now. So, you know, we might be a little over leveled for that. Or at least Eevee will be. Something I also might do, and this would be off stream, but go and do like a big catch combo with Pidgeys, because Pidgey gives you speed candies, and you can actually get, I think at a high enough catch combo, you can even get like the XL candies from it. Oh, that's why. That's not in focus anymore. There we go. So I can do that and just like max out the speed on my team. But again, even that's like, if I think I'm going to have trouble with it, which honestly, if I can get Eevee to level 60, it'll be fine. That thing is already so busted. I'll definitely use like all my candies and stuff beforehand, but... And then... I'll probably catch the legendaries as well. So like Mewtwo and the birds. Or at least I'll try to. I think my first time I played through that game, I used my Master Ball on Mewtwo, which, I mean, makes a lot of sense, because at the time I wasn't really planning on doing any shiny hunting. So it's like, well, that's going to be the hardest thing for me to catch anyway, so I might as well just get it out of the way. But obviously this time I'm not going to do that, so I think Mewtwo's going to be kind of a bitch. Because I think the other thing is, I think it's the same with the legendaries, the birds as well, is you have to actually battle them first, and then you are able to catch them. But I think also Mewtwo has like a shield mechanic as well, where you have to like wait for his shields to be out of the way before you throw the ball. But I think I'll do it legit. Or, you know, using the Master Ball is legit too. But I mean, I'll do it without using the Master Ball. Assuming I don't have too much trouble with it. If it's like going to be a real pain in the ass, I might have to do it off stream. But we'll spend some time trying to do that. I think it'll be fine. Plenty of people have done that. It's not like every single person has used the Master Ball. Also, who knows? I could get stupidly lucky and pick up a second Master Ball inside the Cerulean Cave on my way to YouTube. Or, Mewtwo. Jesus Christ. Couldn't have waited like 10 more steps, dude. 10 more steps? Come on. Watch the second one hatch immediately after, too. I mean, you could have at least been shiny to make up for it. Okay, we're good. I should see how long this playlist is. Hour 50 minutes, okay. We'll let this go for a little bit longer, and then we'll switch playlists. So yeah, I think I'll go to 400 eggs tonight. I think that'll be good. I'm definitely already, like, getting tired. I was already tired before I started streaming today, but... To be fair, I don't think that's anything unusual for me. I feel like I say that pretty much every stream. And today I can't even, like, blame it on having to work, because I didn't. Have 2 more, right? Yes, okay. Oh yeah, so speaking of, I think last stream I mentioned that, last stream or one of the recent ones, I mentioned that Pokemon Stadium is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online stuff. Which kind of sucks because you're not going to be able to transfer Pokemon into it, so you can only use rental Pokemon, and the rental Pokemon suck. So I'm kind of not sure what the point of those games is supposed to be. But, something else that's interesting is GoldenEye, the 007 game, is coming to that service as well. At the same time as it's also going to be released on like Xbox and PS4 as like a... I'm not sure if it's going to be a remaster or if it's just like a re-release or some shit. But the weird thing is, only the Nintendo Switch version has online. The other versions you can't play them online at all. You can do local co-op, I think, but you can't play them online. But Switch, you can. I make that face. I think I saw someone say that part of the reason for it is that the emulator for the N64 stuff already has, like, stuff built in to handle doing like networking and whatnot, whereas however they're gonna do it for Xbox and PlayStation stuff won't necessarily have that, like, because Nintendo's kind of already done the done all the work for that, so supposedly that might be why, but it's still like such a bizarre choice. Like, who the hell is gonna care to play GoldenEye online on the Switch? I was about to swap out my Pokemon or the eggs before they start hatching, so that works out. But I should see if that's gonna come to Game Pass at all. It might. I don't know if I'm gonna be interested in playing it, because playing an old school first-person shooter just seems like not fun. But I guess if the controls have been updated, then it might be fine. Also, another interesting thing that we weren't sure was ever gonna happen is the Judgment games, so the like Yakuza spin-off, are actually not even just coming to PC, but they were actually released on PC yesterday, I think. Which, like, I don't think anyone saw that happening. Like, everyone was hoping it would happen, but like the shit that was going on with the person the main character is based on, like, his talent agency is just, like... Well, I think, from what I've heard, every talent agency in Japan is pretty bad, but including his, is just, like, fucking insane about shit. Like, they won't let him do any karaoke stuff in the games, which, like, that's a big part of, well, not a big part, but, like, it's a very beloved part of Yakuza is the, whatchamacallits. God damn it, I already forgot it. The karaoke. But yeah, like, there was a bunch of shit with that. And, like, they didn't want the game to be released on PC for some reason. But I guess they finally got that sorted out. Like, there's another thing is that, the main character, I think Yagami, he's not in the DLC for, the second game, Lost Judgment. He's not even in the DLC at all. He, like, you get, like, text messages from him, but that's it. Like, they couldn't use his image or anything for it. It's like, what the hell is this? God. But, hey, they did get it kind of sorted out. So hopefully that means that if there is another Judgment game, that, he'll still be in it. Because there was also some talk that, like, there's another Judgment game, oh, hey, that one's exactly what I want. Nice. Well, except not shiny. But yeah, there was talking, like, if there's going to be another game, he might not be able to be in it, because just the clashing with the agency is going to just be like, alright, fuck us. We're not going to deal with it. So that's cool to see that got figured out. Which means those games probably will end up on Game Pass at some point. In fact, I don't think the first game has been on Game Pass yet. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, I'm definitely interested in the Yakuza games and, like, Judgment and stuff. Also, one of the, like, other kind of Yakuza spin-offs that I think is based in, like, feudal Japan. Or, like, you know, just, you know, a much earlier Japan. That game got announced to be, or one of those games got announced to be getting remade. And that'll also be coming to all the platforms. But yeah, I'm interested in Yakuza. Problem is, I do not have enough time for those games at this point. Because, like, what really makes those games is, like, having the contrast between the, like, mostly serious, like, crime drama story of it, and then also you have, like, these absurd and wacky side quests and stuff. But, like, I just don't have time to do all that stuff at this point. So it's like, well, I kind of don't want to go into it and half-ass it. And also some of the later games were, like, not, or I guess not even later, some, like, the games in, like, the middle of the franchise are kind of rough. Like, I think definitely, like, Zero is, like, probably one of the best regarded ones. And then, you know, Kiwami 1 and 2 are great because they're remakes of the original 1 and 2. And then apparently 3 and 5 are really rough. Like, combat in 3 is pretty not great, and then 5 is just, like, goes on for way too fucking long. And then, like, I would be super interested in playing the 7th game, Like a Dragon, because, like, it's a brand, you know, it's still the same universe, but, like, it takes place kind of after all the events of all the other games that happened, and it's a new character and cast and stuff. So, like, I'd be interested in playing that, but God, I just don't have time for, like, a big-ass JRPG, because that is definitely a long one. And that one, it's weird, because it's not like the other games are, like, brawler beat-em-up games, right? But, like, that, Like a Dragon is a turn-based RPG, which is really interesting. I mean, I'm a lot more interested in it, just because it's not that I hate the other type of game, but God, I love my, like, classic JRPGs. And it does kind of make sense why they did it that way, because, like, the main character is, like, supposed to be a huge Dragon Quest fan or some shit. Like, it's interesting how they went about it, and it is a good game. It's just weird that they like switched it up like that. Though the Judgment games are basically like they're still like that brawler style. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's one of those things where like I want to play the entire franchise, but I don't have time to play the entire franchise. And like, I guess I could just play like a Dragon, but also I don't even really have time for Like a Dragon. So I think that might just be a franchise that I watch other people play, unfortunately. Or not even watch, but listen to other people play in the background while I do like shiny hunting or something. But I am happy to see that the Judgment games are on PC. There's another remake. I don't know if they talked at all about another entry in like the mainline Yakuza series. It's like a Dragon 2 or whatever. But happy to see that, because I know those games have been getting a lot of love. Also, it was weird because some of the games actually left Game Pass for a little bit. I think it was Zero, Kiwami 1, and Kiwami 2 weren't on Game Pass for a little while. Which was weird, because it was like, they slowly got the entire franchise onto Game Pass, pretty much. Or at least of the main Yakuza games. Because like they had 0 on there, and then they added 1, and they added 2, and then they added the Remaster Collection, which was 3, 4, and 5, I believe. And then I think 6 was separate. Because 3, 4, and 5 were... Maybe they were... I don't remember how the whole packaging of that worked. But yeah, they got like all the games on there. Even like a Dragon is on there now. I think it was on there before the first 3 like fell off. But then they I guess they negotiated to get it back on there. I don't think that had anything to do with the Judgment stuff. And I also wonder if that talent agency that was causing the issues with Judgment would throw a fit about it being on Game Pass as well. It was weird. In theory, you could play, I think it was on Stadia. For, the whole 2 people that gave a shit about Google Stadia. But you couldn't play on a PC. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what all else got announced the last couple of days. Because, I mean, Sony had they had a State of Play thing. Nintendo had a Direct. I know there's a new Fire Emblem game coming out. Which one of my friends, actually, same one that she got me the codes for Pokemon. She, actually talked me into potentially playing Fire Emblem at some point. Like one of the older titles. I think the one that I got my completely legitimate copy of is oh, it doesn't even have a number on it on this. Cool. But it's either I think it's 7 is the one that I got legitimately. But yeah, that wouldn't be played on stream, though. At least I don't think I would play it on stream. Probably not. If I do, expect a whole lot of saves coming. I have played, long time ago. Over a decade ago. I played one of the Fire Emblem games on either Game Boy or, DS. And I didn't completely hate it. I've always really liked tactics type games, so like Final Fantasy Tactics. Well, actually, I don't like the original Final Fantasy Tactics. I enjoyed some of the Tactics Advance, and Tactics Advance 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, actually. But like stuff like, you know, I liked XCOM. I wasn't as big on the second one because I did not like some of the choices they made with that one. Specifically, the fact they like try to force you to basically rush through every fucking level, which is just such a not fun way for me to play through that game. But then there's also enemies in the second one where it's just like, how are you supposed to be able to kill this fairly? Like, even on the easiest difficulty, there would be missions where it's like, there's no way for me to complete this. It's like, oh, hey, you have to get to this objective before it gets destroyed. But then, also, by the way, we're introducing Andromedons for the first time, and there's like 3 of them on top of like the other enemies. Have fun. It's like, cool. Thanks, guys. I'm just gonna stop playing this now. Like, don't get me wrong. If you want the game to be difficult, well, I'm not sure that's really deserves to be called difficult. I think that's just bullshit. But by all means, if you want a difficult, you know, strategy game, you know, I'm glad people can get that. But also, easy should be easy. Easy should not be, wow, I'm failing missions because they basically are not possible. Cool. Like, it's... I don't know. But again, in general, I like those types of games. Like the first XCOM, I played through all the way. I fucking loved that game. The first XCOM remake, not the original XCOM, where you set foot outside of your fucking ship for 1 millisecond and every enemy on the map fucking opens fire. The old school XCOM games are hardcore as fuck. But anyways, long time ago, I played one of the Fire Emblem games, and I kind of liked it. I did not like the permadeath. I thought that was extremely fucking stupid. Especially because, like, some of the characters are, like, straight-up named characters, and it's just like, no. That sucks ass. Don't, like, why would you... I hate permadeath in tactics games. Like, I actually don't mind it. Like, I think XCOM, as well as, like, the, you know, original tactics, you know, there's basically, like, you have a few turns to get to them, to revive them, which I think that's fine. If you do that, and then there's, you know, permadeath after that, then it's like, okay, you know, at least give me the chance to make up for bullshit. What I didn't like about tactics was shit like, oh, what's that? You're using a cure? Okay, that has like a 40% chance of success. Have fun. I'm exaggerating for cure, but like, literally, you could use a Phoenix down, and it would have like a 40% chance of success. And it's like, this sucks. This isn't fun. Like, why would you ever do that? Like, how the hell does an item miss that you're using on your ally? You know? How does a cure spell that you're using on an ally miss? It just makes no fucking sense to me. I get that it's like, it's not that it's missing, it's that it's failing, but also that's still, it's not at all fun, and there's a reason why the 2 sequels to Final Fantasy Tactics did not do that at all. I do have to say, I really liked the law system in Tactics Advance, Tactics Advance. Stop stumbling over your tongue. Trying to tell myself to stop stumbling over my tongue, and then I still stumble over that. Jesus fucking Christ. Tonight is a disaster. But maybe we can get a shiny here and I'll make up for it. Do I still have one in my party? I might have hatched all the eggs. Oh, no, there we go. But I really like that system, where it was like, every day the laws would change, basically, and they limited what things you could do. Like, sometimes they'd be like, hey, you can't use items. or you can't use healing magic, or, you know, this, that, or the other thing. And over the course of the game, it starts stacking up more and more, so it becomes more and more restrictive. So, like, there's a little bit of strategy there with, like, planning when you actually do battles and stuff, so that way, you know, you're not getting completely fucked. Plus, there's also the flip side of it where for every law, there's also, like, a reward thing where, like, if you know, say you're not allowed to use items, but magic is, you know, rewarded. So every time you would use it, you would get, like, the judge points or whatever, which I think you used for, like, special moves or something. But, like, I really like that. It was kind of in Tactics Advance 2, except, so what would happen is, in theory, you could use those things. So say, like, items are banned. In theory, you could use them once, because what would happen is the judge would come over and be like, okay, you broke the law, now you're going to jail. Like, he would just straight up be like, yep, okay, this character's, I'm trying to remember. I think you could get yellow cards and you could get red cards. And depending on what the law was and how many cards you had or whatever, you would, you might not go to jail for it. But Tactics Advance 2 had that, but it, instead of there being like oh, you're going to jail, it would just basically you would get a bonus at the end of the battle if you didn't break any of the laws, which probably was a better way to go about it, but it was still like a neat thing to do. I'm trying to remember if that one was based on like a day cycle or if it was just like I want to say each region just had its own laws or whatever, or like each battlefield. I might be wrong with that. But anyways, yeah, so back to, now that I've gotten sidetracked on it twice, Fire Emblem. So yeah, that game that I played, I didn't like the permadeath, and the way I usually play JRPGs is I do a lot of grinding, which, you couldn't really do in that game at all, it seemed like. Like, there was, like, an arena thing that I would try to do, but then, like, if you lost in the arena, your character died, which was just, like, again, permadeath is just ass. At least, permadeath without any way to stop it is just kind of ass. But then on top of that, like, you know, I borrowed the game from a friend. And I played, you know, played a little bit the first like, night. And it was like, yeah, I did this or that or the other. And it's like, right to start off the game. I forget which one it was. But you're basically fleeing, like, the town or whatever, and you have, like, 4 or 5 people, and you get to this point where it's like, okay, well, one of the characters has to stay behind to let the others get away. And I don't know why all of a sudden the microphone's peaking so hard. It was fine earlier. In fact, I had to, like, turn it up, and now it's bouncing off the top again. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why that shit's so variable sometimes. But yeah, so, like, you know, one of the guys was like this, you know, was like a kind of like a veteran type knight dude, right? And so I was like, well, obviously I want to keep him on my team. I think he even offers to sacrifice himself. And I was like, no. I need to keep him because he's, you know, pretty strong. And of course, immediately the friend's like, no, you're playing wrong. You're supposed to sacrifice him because he doesn't level up as quickly because he's already, like, promoted or whatever. And it's like, all right, cool. Glad to know I'm already playing the game wrong on the first fucking mission. And that just, like, fucking killed any interest I had in the fucking game. Now, granted, the game is kind of hard, but, like, you know, like, immediately being told I'm playing the game wrong, and also, like, you know, it probably doesn't matter that much, honestly. Like, hell, if there's any way to grind, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter. It just takes a little bit longer. But yeah, it wasn't entirely that issue, but like that combined with the game being hard and having permadeath, it was just like, all right, I'm good. Like, I played a little bit past that, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying this at all. I don't like games where you're expected to, like, have to, like, keep on retrying the entire game again over and over. Like, I can't do roguelites or roguelikes or anything like that. Roguelites are okay as long as it seems like you're actually making, like, progress. Like, I played a little bit of Binding of Isaac, and it's alright. And the thing is, like, you unlock more items and stuff, so it does seem like, you know, something's happening. But even that, I didn't really get into Binding of Isaac. But, like, that's okay. If there's some progression, it's alright, but if there's no, like, progression, it's just like, yeah, you're gonna fail and have to start over a bunch of times. I'm good. No, I don't have to fail at all. I can just not play that game. Because that is just, like, the most unfun shit in the world to me. If your game is designed to be failed over and over and over again, just, in my mind, that just means you suck at developing. I know I'm probably in the minority on that, but, like, I cannot stand that shit. Obviously, I don't expect every game to be, like, Pokemon easy. But, like... And again, there is a difference between, like... roguelites and, like, other games doing that shit. Because, like, roguelites are, like... Yeah, you're meant to just do a bunch of runs, you know? You just keep doing new runs because it's randomized and you are still, you know, unlocking stuff and all that. And, you know, it's expected. You're not gonna beat the game the first couple of times just because, you know, it's your first couple of times through. But any game with, like, a proper campaign or whatever, and, like, you don't really unlock anything by playing it, it's just like, oh yeah, like, shit like Dark Souls or whatever, where it's like, oh, yep, you died. Like, cool. I guess I shouldn't say Dark Souls, because you can't save in Dark Souls, but, like... I don't know, man. Granted, I already just, like, typically don't like difficult games, just because, like, I got better shit to do. I don't know. Like, I'm not playing games as a way to prove my gaming prowess or anything. I play them so I can fucking relax, you know? But yeah, something like Dark Souls or whatever just has so little appeal to me, it can't even be explained. Like, you could give me a free copy of Dark Souls and say, hey, if you beat this, I'll give you $1,000. I'll just go trade the game in. Like, legitimately, I have zero interest in ever suffering through that. And that goes for any of them. Bloodborne, Elden Ring, all that stuff. It's just like, no, I'm good. I mean, I feel like Elden Ring is probably the least bullshit of them, but it's still, there's so much just dumb bullshit. Or, like, whichever one it is where it's like, you start the game, and you kind of, you know, you move forward through it, and then there's that, like, big boss that's super difficult. And it's like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck are you supposed to beat this? And it's like, oh yeah, you're actually supposed to turn around at some point and not actually go to the boss. You're supposed to just ignore it. It's like, literally the entire design of the level is like telling you to basically move forward until you get to that. And it's like, okay, well, naturally as part of this game, you have to defeat the boss. And it's like, no. I forget if it's like, you're just supposed to go a different direction, even though there's no real indicator that you're supposed to do that. Or it's like you're supposed to just run past him or something. But it's just something where it's like, if it's the run past him thing, that's not as bad. But it's just like, I don't know, it's just one of those things where, like, it's definitely an intentional design choice. I just think it's a stupid design choice. But again, that's also just me, and I don't like difficult shit for the most part. Though at some point here, I'm gonna get around to playing more Mass Effect, and eventually I'll, well, actually I don't think I'm gonna do this on PC. Eventually I'm gonna have to do a insanity runs of all the games. In fact, if I ever pull my Xbox One out of storage, I'm gonna keep playing through the original Mass Effect 2, not the Legendary Edition one. Although eventually I want to play that as well on Xbox and PlayStation. That's like the most difficult thing that I'll put up with. Because Mass Effect, it's definitely not the hardest game ever made, but man, is there some bullshit in it. Well, not, I don't know, it's like, there's a little bit of bullshit, but also it's just like, it's a fairly reasonable difficult. Like, you can absolutely beat it. I mean, I've done it before. I did it on a PS3. I have all the trophies for the original trilogy and all the DLC and stuff on PS3. And yeah, I mean, by far Mass Effect 2 was the hardest one. I died a good bit, but like, it didn't feel like bullshit. You know, I just felt like, oh my god, this is fucking hard. Mass Effect 1 is not very difficult. There's a couple sections where it can be bad, but even those are like, you know, you get stun locked by biotics, and it's like, okay, well that's bullshit, but whatever. Just have to make sure to focus them down first. And then 3 can be difficult. There's the like very end of the game is pretty hard, but overall it's not as bad as Mass Effect 2. The big thing is, in 3, there's insta-kill moves that some of the enemies have. So, like, the Banshees and the Phantoms and stuff, and it's like, fuck me, dude. And the final area of the game, or pretty much the final area of the game, I'm trying to think. Before you get down to like the run towards the teleporter or whatever, where it's like you're just facing off against wave after wave of enemy, and there's like Banshees all fucking over the place, so you're like constantly having to move, because if they get too close to you, they will just one-shot you. There's no way around it. It's an insta-kill, which is really bullshit. I don't like that, but at least in that, like, I don't know. It's just, in that situation with how many of them there are and how many other, like, smaller enemies there are and shit. God, it was difficult. But again, not impossible. And also, to be fair, they added guns via DLC that, were significantly better. I think, what was it, the Venom shotgun can one-shot a brute on the highest difficulty, which is just like, what the fuck? So I would definitely be making use of those. I don't know if I want to go back to like the original games, the original versions of the games, that is, because like, God, Mass Effect 1 in the Legendary Edition is just so pretty. Like, it's not the greatest looking game ever. I understand that, because it's still based on Mass Effect 1, but like, they did so much to make it look so good. And I really want to see how like 2 and 3 are going to look. God, I need to get back to that game. Problem is, lately I've been distracted. I say lately, the last couple of days, I've been distracted with Satisfactory. Basically it's Factorio, but like first person in 3D. That game's a lot of fun. I probably don't automate nearly enough in that game, to be honest. I think I should probably be doing a lot more, but now that I finally got like the space elevator unlocked, I'm like planning how I'm gonna start doing that stuff. Because that's the thing, like, I'm always hesitant to do a lot of the automation stuff, because it's like, well, one, in that game, you can do a lot of it by hand. It just takes fucking forever. But also, it's like, I don't want to set up, like, this entire production line, and then, okay, you finish that objective, that production line is now useless. It's like, I don't want to do that, man. Probably what I should do is just set up production lines for, like, all the base material stuff, and then just have the, assemblers for, all the other stuff that I need, and just, like, pump, you know, just manually take, the, like, base parts from storage and put them into the assemblers. Because I don't know if there's a good way to automate, like, turning off sections of the supply line, or, like, you know, sections of it. I know you can go up to the individual ones and turn them off. I guess that could work. I guess that would work perfectly fine, wouldn't it? It's just then remembering to go through and be like, okay, well, I need to turn off these other ones that I don't need and turn on the ones I do need now. This is the second one. Also, we're over 50% now, so we are more likely to have gotten the shiny than not. So we officially have bad luck. But that's okay. I don't really get too worried about it until we get over the actual 1 in 512 odds. So at 513, that's when it's like, okay, well, we're over odds now. But we're not going to get up to that tonight. We're just going to get up to 400. Hopefully I get it within the next few, because I would like to get this tonight. But we can try some more tomorrow. I think maybe tomorrow, just like regardless of when I get off of work, I'll just hop onto stream and stream until I get up to 500. Just see if we can get it. Because I need to, like, you know, I need to start getting more of these. I only have so much time on it. Other thing is, I need to go and grab my Slowpoke and start working on breeding that off stream. Because I think, like I said earlier, I think like the 2 extra Slowpoke that I need, the Zigzagoon and the Darmanitan, or whatever, you know, whatever the unevolved version of that thing is, Daramuka or something. But I think those I want to do kind of off stream, since I'm gonna do at least one of that species on stream. But I don't know that I'm gonna have time to do like all of them at this point, so just kind of get those out of the way. Alright, let's hatch this last one. Do I have one more? Hold on. No, I don't. Okay. Let me do this. Swap over to you. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I was really hoping to, like, just wait until the end of the stream, but I'm not gonna make it that long, so I will be back in just a second here. Recording resumed. Back to the scene. I did not clear out my party, did I? See, that one I don't feel as bad about, because I, like, had to rush off in the middle of it. Usually I feel kind of stupid when I do that, but that one's not too bad. Anyways, 20 more eggs tonight, and then we'll wrap up. There we go. There we go. Alright. Oh, don't know why it's doing that. Come on, give this to me. One more egg. Yeah, it'd be awesome to end this night on a shiny. If I do get this shiny, I'm not streaming tomorrow, because there's not really any point in doing so. I don't want to do like an hour-long Let's Go Eevee VOD, and I don't really want to start another hunt tomorrow. Thought I still needed one more. What? I would have sworn I had just looked and it said I needed one more. I guess I had done that for the previous one. Okay, well. I'm stupid. Well, we got one more for the next set then. Sorry, I got an itch on my back and it's like driving me nuts. There we go. It was like in just the right spot that I couldn't like get it, trying to like use my right arm. Actually, it's still kind of there. God damn it. Pull this back up. Something I could do, I just thought about this with how I do this, is if I have a plan. Well, I don't want to do this though, because I was going to say if I have a plan for like how many I'm going to hatch. So like, say, you know, today was 150. Roughly was the plan. It was like, you know, 150, 200 I was going to do. Just like sit in front of the daycare center and just breed until I get all of those. And keep hatching while I'm doing that. And then once I've done that, then I can do them in like patches of 5. But the reason why I don't want to do that is then you'll get, you know, a whole bunch bred, you know, a whole bunch of eggs ready. And then like 5 eggs in, you'll hatch the shiny. And it's just like, okay, well. Maybe for something like Zigzagoon that would work though. Since I will need multiples of those. Shinies, that is. That could actually work fine. I don't know. We'll see. My big thing is I don't want to like completely destroy the Joy-Con by just sitting there spinning for like an hour at a time. Because the Joy-Cons are already fragile enough as it is, or at least the joystick on them is. Granted, though, I do have replacements. In fact, actually, I think the yeah, I think the left Joy-Con that I replaced was fine. It was the right Joy-Con that was like messed up. So I should probably be able to I'll wait till we actually get over there to move the egg over into my party. Yeah, like, so I guess if I did kill this one, I would be fine to use that one. But, whatever. The other thing is, being that breeding is changing somehow in or according to the leaks anyways, breeding is changing somehow in Scarlet and Violet, so I might as well just stick to this, then we can worry about changing up the system when the new games come out. I'm so curious to see how that's gonna work. I mean, it could even be that the leaks are completely wrong, but like what the way that it was described, or some things about it that were described, like, makes sense. Like, because, you know, since you're going to be traveling across the whole region, it doesn't make sense to really have a daycare center. So you just do it for, like, it just kind of works through the campsite type stuff, which makes a lot of sense. And it would honestly be a good quality of life improvement to be able to just, like, you know, kind of change what Pokemon you're breeding and whatever from anywhere. Kind of like how you can access all your Pokemon from anywhere at this point. But, I don't know. We'll just have to see. I kind of do hope they talk about that before the games come out, though. I'm actually a little bit surprised they didn't mention that at all with the competitive, like, trailer. Granted, that was a very unimportant trailer. I shouldn't say unimportant, but it basically, it just revealed a couple items, revealed a couple Pokemon, just little stuff. And some of it was stuff we already knew, like with the terrorizing and whatnot. But that's like the thing that I'm most interested to see, besides like seeing what all Pokemon are in the game, which I will say, after the most recent trailer, I noticed Cerebi does something that I'm very grateful for, which is that when there's like, you know, before the game is being released, as they update the page for like what Pokemon are confirmed, they will actually highlight whatever the most recent ones were. So like the ones from the most recent trailer are they're like boxes like a lighter gray, which is really helpful. Because like I keep a spreadsheet of like what all Pokemon are in what all Switch games. So that way I can figure out where I want to breed for shinies and stuff like that, or, you know, look for them and whatnot. And once I have a Pokemon shiny, I remove it from there. So it's just the ones that I still need. But like as new information comes out, I keep on wanting to update that, but it makes it a lot easier when I can just look for the stuff that's I know is new and just add that to it, rather than like go through the entire list again and be like, nope, I already got that one listed, already got that one, already got that one. Or not got that as in got the shiny, but got that as in like got it marked on the spreadsheet. Come on, hatch this egg. Thank you. So I'm glad they do that. But I would love to just see like a full list of all the Pokemon that are going to be in the game. God damn it, I didn't take them out of my party again. Every time with this, man. Stop. Stop. This might work, actually. Hold on. I might have put it where I want it to be, actually. It did, hey. Alright, 10 more. But yeah, like, if we could just get, like, a list of all the Pokemon that are returning. It doesn't even have to, like, they don't even have to tell us what the new Pokemon are. All of them, anyways. But just a list of everything that's gonna return, just so, like, I can plan it a little bit. Though, I suppose until the game comes out, it doesn't really matter that much. Because it's like, I'm not going to wait until the new game comes out to do, like, all the Galarian forms, for instance. I do want to know what all Alolan forms are coming back, and if they've done anything to address Pokemon that have to be in, like, a specific region to evolve into the regional forms. So, for instance, Cubone can only become a Alolan Marowak if it evolves, or if it levels up. Or, I mean, yeah, so if it evolves in Alola. Which, it would be nice if they just, like, introduce, like, an Alola and a Galar Stone that the Pokemon can hold. And that way, when they level up and evolve, they can, they take on the regional forms. Because, like, I think Mr. Mime is like that. Where their Mime Jr. is still the same. And then in Galar evolves into Galarian Mr. Mime. I'm actually not sure... Because I know you can get Cantonian Mr. Mime. I'm not sure if there's a way to evolve Mime Jr. into Cantonian Mr. Mime in this game. I think you just have to... I guess that one isn't as bad because they're... Since Mime Jr. is a baby form... So you have to, it has to be, if you're breeding a Cantonian Mr. Mime, or any Mr. Mime for that matter, it has to be holding the incense or whatever in order to give you Mime Jr. eggs. Otherwise, it just gives you Mr. Mime eggs. And so if you're, if you have a Cantonian Mr. Mime and it's holding an Everstone, then it'll give you Cantonian Mr. Mime eggs. Otherwise, if you're in Galar, it'll give you Galarian Mr. Mime eggs. Anyways, I hope they just do something to address, basically, like, Raichu and, where are they? Raichu, Marowak, and, Exeggutor. Because you either have to get them in those forms, which is... There's only a couple places that you can do that in this game. And they're, I think they're shiny locked in that. Because I know you can get all the Alolan Pokemon from the Diglett dude in Isle of Armor. But I think all of his Pokemon that he gives you are going to be shiny locked. Which is a shame. What is there a clip of from the stream? I just noticed that on my thing. I wish it would say, like, in the activity feed or in the chat or something when someone clips something. I'll have to go look and figure out what the hell that is. It could be absolutely nothing. I'm just not sure. Yeah, it'd be nice if they figure that out. I would also like to just be able to get all the Alolan forms in the new game. Because, like, there's no other way to get those right now. And I can't, you know... I mean, again, in Switch titles, I should say. In theory, I could go and play the original Gen 7 games. Or, I say original, any of the Gen 7 games. Were there... No, there wasn't any remakes in Gen 7. Actually, I guess I could get it in Let's Go Eevee as well. Any of the Alolans that I need. But those are going to be really miserable, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, last set here. I do need to double check. I don't think the Shiny Charm works on the Alola Pokemon trades in Let's Go Eevee, but I have to double check. If they do, that won't be nearly as bad. Because it'll be 1 in 1366 instead of 1 in 4096 or whatever the fuck it is. But even for that, I think there's something that I can't get without picking up Let's Go Eevee. I could pop open that spreadsheet real quick. Can I? No, I can't, actually. Because that's like the one thing I don't have in that spreadsheet is the Alolan and the Galarian forms. Alright. Alright, pulling them out. Fucking, of course, the last one has to be a pain in the ass. Maybe it's a sign, though, that it's gonna make me work for the shiny. And I'll get it on this set. That would be so nice. I've had so many in situations like that, either like the last Pokemon that I'm doing for the night or the first one that I'm doing on a stream. I forget which one it was that did that for me. I think it was Farfetch'd, to be honest. I don't remember for sure though. But one of them, it was like, loaded up the stream, first egg, hatch shiny. Which I also mentioned meant that actually that shiny had spawned at the end of the previous stream. I just hadn't picked up the egg yet. Can I get eggs, please? I literally just need 2 more eggs. Are you fucking kidding me? I've never had to do this multiple times. Never have I had to pull out my eggs multiple times because it's not giving me more. I've had plenty of times where it's like, oh, I got 3 or 4 eggs and I have to pull them out because the game's being fucking stupid, but I've never had to do that twice with the same set. That's fucking ridiculous. Alright, please don't be a pain in the ass of the last one. Don't keep me here all night. Thank you. God. Here I go bitching again. It's okay though, it's the last set. So either we get it here or we're done for the night, which obviously I'd rather get it, but either way is good. Alright. Was that the second one that had hatched? Because I think that started to hatch right as I grabbed my drink. Or maybe I did the thing and then grabbed my drink. Doesn't really matter. Okay, no, we've only hatched 2. Threw me off for a second having those, first 2 be in the 3rd and 4th slots, but... Alright, come on. Come on. You know you want to be shiny. 2 more. I suppose I would be due for a, well, no, I wouldn't be due for an overodds hunt, honestly. Because both of the snobs I got took overodds. They both took like 15 tries. The one I got on stream. I didn't really keep track of the second one that I did off stream, but I mean, it was a good bit. Maybe not like 15, but I mean, it was definitely at like at least 10. Alright, last one. With no music, apparently. Because this song is stupid. I will say, I didn't notice Harris Heller really do that with any of the songs on the most recent album, so maybe he figured out that's a not good idea. Well, no shiny tonight. Oh well. Alright, get these moved over. Something I do want to check. Where was that one that was literally perfect? At least for what I'm trying to breed it for, anyways. Was it further over this way? Which one was it? I swear there was one that I had that was like... If I could just combine those 2. Was it in this page, then? There it is. Okay. Let me just mark this real quick. Because I do want to check off-stream what Pokemon I actually have in there. I think it probably has perfect stats, but I don't know for sure. Let's hit save. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up there for the night. Unfortunately no shiny, but depending on work tomorrow, I will try to pick this up. I think if I can start by around 10:30 p.m., then I'll do 100 eggs. If not, if it's gonna be later than that, I won't bother. Probably won't bother. We'll see. But if I can start before then it's like I'll do it. Other than that, the next stream will be Sunday. I was gonna say I want to do Let's Go Eevee. I honestly kind of just want to finish this first. So we might do that. I mean, I do have 2 months to finish Let's Go Eevee, so I'm not really in a hurry on that. But also, if I just get that out of the way, then I can just purely shiny hunt for the next 2 months. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it also depends on tomorrow, too. Because if I get this tomorrow, then obviously I'm going to do Let's Go Eevee. But anyways, we'll figure that out when we get there. Like I said, tomorrow if I can. If not, Sunday will be the next stream. That'll start probably around 6:30-ish. So around the same time this stream started. Hopefully like 7 at the latest. And that's just because getting off work, then I'll probably want to relax for a few minutes before I start streaming. Anyways, thank you everyone who watched. If you're watching on Twitch, I have all my VODs on my YouTube channel. So, you know, stuff that gets deleted after 30 days or whatever it is. They're all over there. So my playthrough of Sword and Shield, BDSP, Legends Arceus, all that stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, come follow me on Twitch. You can see it all live. Technically, you can get VODs a couple days earlier because I'm slow about uploading those, but the ones I put on YouTube will also be on higher quality because I record at higher quality than I stream at. So, and actually, we didn't have any encoding issues tonight, which was nice. Which I feel like this is like one of the things that actually takes up the most bitrate sometimes. Because it's just the, like, having that big open space in the back there to the top right. Just, like, having that scrolling and stuff is not great. Anyways, yeah. Whichever version, you know, wherever you're watching this, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.